Being joined tonight by Mr. Olumide Akpata, the Labour Party's governorship candidate for Edo State in the upcoming September election, with a compelling 8-point agenda aimed at transforming the state. Mr. Akpata brings a vision focused on comprehensive economic development, improved infrastructure, enhanced education, and healthcare reform. Well, let's get into the interview, which hopefully we are hoping that we are going to be able to drive out what Mr. Olumide Akpata intends to address, impressing on the issues that face that the people of Edo State in the local communities are facing, and why he thinks he's the most qualified candidate for the role. Olumide Akpata, a former NBA president and a candidate of the Labour Party. Thank you so much indeed for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Sheon. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good. Are you the real Oludi?
I guarantee you. Live and direct, flesh and blood. Come.
But can you see? Can you give us that?
Who's your...
I never thought that a career lawyer will actually know how to make some moves, but you've shown us that you can diversify. Yeah. You can be like Remas of this world and Davido.
So it's interesting. It's dexterity.
I don't mind. All right, let's get to it. You've been explaining a lot because a lot of people thought that you sold out. And you say, oh, no, you have not sold out. But the question that you have not been able to answer is who is sponsoring you? Because we know that what you have done perhaps all your life is law, corporate law. Where did you get the money?
Firstly, I'm really flattered, by the fact that there's so much attention focused on me. That means I'm doing something very, very good. I'm doing something right. So, like I said on another channel, and now tree won't get fruits, now under the stone now. So nobody's going to come after you if you have nothing to offer. So, initially, I was said to be the agent of Governor Obaseki. We were able to debunk that. Now, today, I'm said to be sponsored by the APC. And then some it's conspiracy theorizing at its dumbest, at its most stupid. But we've pushed back on that. Are
you able to debunk the fact that you're an agent of Governor Obaseki?
Absolutely.
Because the plan was that you are supposed to be the plan B.
No, that's not the plan.
The PDP card does not work.
Are you saying that's
what your people are saying?
Some people are saying, and we're saying when I became the candidate of the Labour Party, and we have told them clearly, it's quite clear. There's a gulf between myself and Governor Obaseki. It's night and day. I cannot and will not be associated with his government, which I consider to be, his performance has been underwhelming, right? And so for me, I can't be, and I've made it clear, and the people of Edo State know now. I've been attacked, my billboards have been pulled down. Everybody knows that I am not his choice, and I'm not his plan Z.
Who are those pulling your billboards?
Oh yeah, members of the opposition party, the PDP. In fact, one of them was caught on video saying that how dare Olu put his billboards at Ring Road. And then, so it's quite obvious. They become local government officials, all of whom are PDP, going after my billboards. But we've won them, and they've desisted because we told them that we will not hesitate.
But what you have been able to demystify is your relationship. Mm-hmm. You have a good relationship with Aswe. You have a good relationship with Governor Obaseki before now. But I mean, the veil of politics seems to have smear all of that, isn't it? And are you saying that you do not or you did not have a relationship with them? Because those who are pointing fingers that you are actually a decoy, a Governor Obaseki in some kind of a decoy. That's what they say.
And I've said that is so far from the truth. But let us go back to the question you asked. Who's funding me? I don't want to appear to be ducking any questions. Who is funding me? I am funding myself, and I have friends, Sheon. You know what they say, your network is your net worth. I have friends who believe in me. I have friends who believe in this cause. I have people from Edo State who believe that we can do so much better. And so with them, working with me, we have been able to get to the kind of funding that we require. And then you ask me, all I've done is law. I have practiced law successfully, Sheon. And I have practiced law for over 30 years successfully. Give me some credit. I haven't actually been idling around. So which general goes to war without first counting the costs? So we have taken into consideration all that is required for this race. And I assure you, I will breast the tape we are going to win. And so those who are hoping and praying that we run out of steam, they have something else to coming for them.
I mean, what will worry some people is how much of. I mean, you look like you're the one that has had the most impression in the media in terms of you've shown your corporate
in the media and on ground.
On the ground, are you that on the ground?
I left Auchi yesterday morning. I went to Igara. From Igara, I went to Afuze. From Afuze to Sabongida Ora. From Sabongida Ora to Emeora. I got back into Benin at midnight yesterday.
What language are you speaking to them?
I'm speaking.
They say you don't know. You are not really a homeboy. They say
no. You're talking about Aswe Godalo, not me.
Is that the case with Aswe?
Oh, yeah. He doesn't speak his language.
But do you speak?
I speak Bini very well. And I'm very good with languages. Even his language, Ishan. I can even speak a bit of Ishan. So they are referring to him, not me. Definitely not me.
But you speak very well.
I speak Bini very well.
I mean, the Benin people that are watching tonight, how do you say to them that they should vote for you?
Wakoyo, Walaho, Wado, Riobo Yumeyeke, Vazenodena, as a governor on the 21st of September, Walaho, Waladian, Wado Votime, Moviwa Mehi, Oviwa, Ovie CCC, Ovie Do CCC, Ovie Akpata, Ovie Do Pataki, Walaho. If you are Walaho, if you are he. Don't worry, get a translator.
Yeah, I will.
And they will let you know whether.
You'll be shocked of how much of that I could pick anyway. You'll be surprised. I could be very good with languages. But the question here is that you might be able to connect with them. But the question about the platform, the motor that you are, the vehicle that is taking you, the motor seems to have lost its tires. The motor seems to have lost its engine. How do you hope to win without a proper structure on the ground, which is a political party that's supposed to be a vehicle for any candidate?
Well, we still have our tires. We still have our tires.
But your party is in
We're still moving. I'm just following up with your analogy. We still have our tires. But yes, the car is a bit of a banger. So we're having to check the engine now and again. But we will get to destination.
Do you think that you may have made a mistake in the choice of political
No, not at all. Because you cannot tar everybody with the same brush. Labour Party is still Labour Party with its objectives, with its ideology, which resonated with me. Labour Party is still for the people, Papa, Mama, Pikin. If the operators today are finding it difficult to get along, if the operators today are having difficulties at the national level or at the state level, I mean, we will have to fix our problems. But, the Americans say you must be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. So we will continue to push. And by the way, the other parties have their own fair share of challenges. That is life. Nobody said it would be easy. So I'm quite comfortable with the state of affairs. We will fix our problems. But do we have a candidate? Yes, we have a candidate. Do we have a campaign to run? We do, and we're doing that with gusto. So I'm not going to be worried about whatever challenges are confronting us at the moment as a party.
Only that the head of your party is shaking, and those who think that the head is really not on the body of your party.
There are mechanisms, there are internal mechanisms for resolving those issues.
How much of role is Peter Obi? Because I know that it's one of the inspiration that you have.
Absolutely.
In joining the political party.
Yes.
I mean, the steam that your party had before you joined in the 2023 election is not the same steam.
Well, as at the time we started the campaigns, right, I will be the first to admit that things had, the tempo had lowered. But come to Benin, so the people are believing again. The Peter Obi fervor is on the crescendo again, and they are believing in our party, and they are ready to come out. Like I said, they are going to serve this current government, the two incumbents, they're going to serve them hot breakfast on election day because the people are believing again. They were despondent. They despaired because of the experience of 2023, but they have seen that it is possible. It is within their reach. In fact, we now call election day September 21. We call it Freedom Day. Freedom Day for the Edo people because they've been in shackles, they've been in bondage, just because they've been victims of misgovernance.
Godwin Obaseki is your kinsman.
Yes,
you speak the same language.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are really from the same senatorial district.
Yes, we are.
Why should the people of Edo State from a Godwin Obaseki, who is a Benin man, to another Benin man?
Well, because the people recognize that you play politics on party lines. And so the Labour Party, we throw our primaries open to all, and the best man won. And it so happened that the best man is from Edo South, which is myself. And the people understand that we of the Labour Party, we are for the people, and that we will set the clock now and start our own rotation. Rotation in PDP cannot be the rotation in Labour
But
Party.
as a lawyer, you
We're
know the place of equity.
Oh yeah.
You know, when things
Yeah,
are so
yeah,
hard
yeah,
and harsh,
yeah.
equity falls in place to be able to lower the pains.
First and foremost, he who comes to equity must come with clean hands.
Yeah, but absolutely.
Right? So
after 8
what
years,
do you preach?
how much of a clean hand can a Benin man have to say they want to govern Edo people again when you have two other senatorial districts?
It is all about the parties. Labour Party has picked me. And so at the end of the day, all of this is just mere conjecture. On the 21st of September, the people of Edo State will let you know whether they are happy with the Benin man continuing in government. They will let you know. All of this is conjecture. So when you talk about equity, you talk about fairness, whatever, leave it to the people. Democracy is about the people. They decide.
We're actually talking about the people because they will make the choice.
Absolutely.
But they applied and their predispositions about these issues are very constant. It's similar. They are not isolated with the rest of the world or in Nigeria.
This is not what I'm hearing
people
on the
think
streets.
that the composition of a state is not only in one place, it's in several local government areas that compose the state. How can you be able to defend and tell the people of Edo State that my brother, Godwin Obaseki, will serve you for 8 years, yes, and I want to represent the same senatorial district? What should the other senatorial district say?
Well, you see,
if you were from there, what would you say?
What I'm saying to you is that this is the word on the street. I am coming from the street. The issues that are top of mind for the Edo people is the fact that they have no roads, is the fact that they have no schools of note, is the fact that they have no infrastructure. That is the issue top of mind. They know that development knows no tribe. That is what the people are telling me. So the issue of whether if I'm from the other zone, I am not from the other zone. I'm from Edo State, simpliciter. And the people are saying they're ready to take a chance with Labour Party, irrespective of where the Labour Party candidate comes from, because they know that we have a track record of performance. And so based on that, they are ready because they have seen the other parties. It's just abysmal performance or lack of performance. In a state that earns 16 billion naira every month, a state that is owing close to 600 billion, nothing of note. The people are in abject poverty. They are less concerned with where the candidate comes from, because so far they have seen that really means nothing. Edo Central that you speak of has produced 3 federal ministers of works. So the people know that it's not really about, because go and say, you can't even go around Uromi. The roads are in a horrible state. So the people are not fooled by all of this.
You will say Olumide Akpata is better than any of the candidates that is on display.
Oh yeah, I'm the best man for the job.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What makes you the best man for the job?
I'm the best man for the job. First and foremost, I have no strings attached to me. I have no Godfather. God is my father. I have no monkey on my back. So take the PDP candidate, for example, who wants to distance himself from the existing government. Says so, but he's been chief economic advisor of the Edo State government for the last 7+ years, superintending over abject failure. Do you know that PEBEC says that Edo State is the worst place to do business today? That is the PEBEC ranking. Do you know that the National Bureau of Statistics tells us that Edo State has not attracted zero foreign investment in the last 4 or 5 years? So I'm telling you, and meanwhile, this individual who has been chief economic advisor is now presenting himself to say he go do them.
Are you describing Godwin Obaseki, who, if you look at some of the concept of Alagodaro, you look at the concept of digital education and the concept of labor and empowering the workers in Edo State, it does look like you are describing him as a failure after 7+ years in the affairs of the state.
Shehu, I don't put water for my mouth when I talk. So don't even try. I am saying that Governor Obaseki has been a failure, unmitigated disaster. That's what I'm telling you.
There are no positives at all.
Look, in failure, there would always be flashes of positives here and there. But we are talking about, on the whole, in the sum, what are we saying?
All right, let's take some of the issues up now.
Okay.
Although the polls are not in your favor, one of the polls have come out from African Polling Institute, which says that you will come a distant third.
Which polls are you looking at, Shehu? I can supply the polling. I can give you BTV polls that say I will win the election. I
By
can
what
send that
margin?
information to you. They put me at 67%. I can show you Edo Pride, an Insta blog that all Edo people, quite a number of Edo people subscribe to. They put me ahead. I can show you the poll from Tunde Ednot, a social media influencer who has a lot of following. I won. It was a poll that was conducted for the entire day. Just yesterday or a couple of days ago, Rufai Hosseini, who is of the Arise TV, just conducted his own poll online. I came top 71%. So listen, you know the Edo State government is into spin and yarn, so they can bring out all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to be banding around polls. I give you street credibility.
All right, let's get into it.
Go to Mission Road and find out.
Olumide Akpata, you are coming with 8-point agenda. Economy and job creation is number 1. Roads and related infrastructure, number 2. Electricity and energy access, number 3. Agriculture and food security, number 4. Education, number 5. Healthcare, number 6. Security of lives and property, number 7. Number 8 is other essential infrastructure. In the manner in which you have described the situation of things in Edo State, what would you say is your topmost priority? What you will be doing or focusing more in the very first 1 week that you get into office?
Electricity. Number 1 is electricity, right? Number 2, right, is agriculture. Because you know agriculture is a long lead item. So it's better to start early if you want to see the results on time.
So what would you be doing? I'm asking your very first step in the first week.
So that's why you asked me. Let me list firstly the priority areas. Electricity, agriculture, security, and then I pair education and health together because it's human capital development. So for example, electricity, luckily the constitution has been amended. Electricity has been moved to the concurrent list. So immediately we are going to call for public-private sector partners who are going to come with us to set up power plants around the state. Again, electricity is a long lead item, so we have to start immediately. So we would have short-term. Short-term solutions will be, we're still part of the federal power structure. So we begin to fix all of those transformers and all of that make it difficult for the people to get electricity. But our long-term, medium to long-term goal is to set up our Edo Power and to make sure that we have, Orion local government sits on the largest inland gas deposit in Nigeria. Meanwhile, Abudu and Oronigbe, towns in that local government have not had power for 10 years. So I tell you, and this is based on what I was told when I went there. I've gone around the state 5 times. First as an aspirant and now as a candidate. So we will fix electricity. We earn 16 billion naira a month. There is no way we are not able to ensure that there's power in Edo State. And when you get funding from multilateral agencies who are willing to power the state with you, you can get power.
So let me ask you.
Second is agriculture.
Just for a moment, on the issue of the power, of course, we do know that private sector will be very excited. Business will boom because when people have electricity, you have taken up
a catalyzer.
Huge percentage of their operational cost.
Absolutely.
The question will be a statewide electricity provision. How much would that cost you? Have you put a figure to it?
No, we have not. We are still working on the numbers because first and foremost, we look at affordability, right? So I can't give you a number. So my experts tell me that with my income profile, 1 megawatt can cost up to $1 million, right? 1 megawatt. Mm-hmm. I've been practicing as a lawyer in the electricity space for over 20 years. So we know. And also even the availability of the turbines is an issue. So GE and the other equipment suppliers, you have to be able to know how to get the equipment. So we are still crunching the numbers.
So, but you will not get that power as you described
can't get the power
in the first 6 months.
That is why I said to you short term. Mm-hmm. I said to you short term, we are still part of the federal structure. We are still part of the rural electrification structure. So you're not going to throw that away. So
how many months will it take you to light up Edo State?
So if you want to have power, right, in the entire state based on a mix of Edo State and the federal structure, in 12 months we'll have power.
In 1 year.
In 1 year you have power. I tell you, yes.
Edo State.
Based on
how many megawatt will it take you to power the whole of Edo State?
Based on, firstly, let me be clear. Number 1, there is the current grid, national grid. There's rural electrification, and then we have the Edo Power, which will kick off. So how many megawatts do you need in Edo State? Anything from what? I would say that, firstly, we're not doing one big plant. So it's going to be captive power generation across the state. And so if I can put an average of 3 to 4 megawatts in each local government, 5 maybe, I should be fine. That's a lot of power.
And that's a lot of money.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
need to
yeah.
be thinking about how this money.
Oh,
So
yeah,
when you
yeah.
give rural electricity, you may not be able to get your money just immediately because of
I
what
just
it
mentioned
costs
to you that the federal government has the rural electrification.
But does it work?
Oh, it does.
Does it give power to everyone?
In Ovia local government, the REA has just come to give power to some of our camps, that the Yoruba camps actually in Ovia. So it works. It's just about your dexterity, your negotiation skills with the federal government to ensure that you are able to bring them to come
Mr.
into the state.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to take you around all of the 8 agenda. But what is crucial for me tonight is the average Edo person watching me tonight and who thinks that your state sits on enormous potentials and a lot of money in terms of gas potentials, in terms of petroleum and natural resources, and it has huge agriculture deposit or potentials also. But then, how much of these can turn around the lives of the Edo people and take poverty away and put food on their tables? In terms of poverty eradication or fighting poverty and putting food on the table of the average Edo person, what is your strategy?
So firstly, those people you're referring to, I was one of them. So you know me, I wasn't a politician 16 months ago. It is that dissatisfaction with the state of affairs, considering the potential that we have in Edo State and the fact that it has been so grossly mismanaged, particularly when you consider that the individual at the helm of affairs in Edo State came from the private sector like I do or did. And you're just dissatisfied. So what will we do? First and foremost, agriculture is critical. That's why I put agriculture right up there in my priority list, because we have to feed ourselves. You have to make sure there's food on the table. Right now, a bag of gari is 90,000 naira. The farmers are not going to the farm because there's no security. There's no access to credit. Indeed, most of the schemes that are on ground today are on paper only. So what we need to do is to get the farmers working so that we can bring the prices of food down. And government will have to be an active participant in the sector. When I say active participant, government will have to be an off-taker. Government will have to fire up that sector because the cycle cannot stop. Food production cycle cannot stop. It impacts on our energy security.
How many jobs do you hope to provide in the first year?
When you say how many jobs,
I thought you have sat down to do the math.
Don't put. You see, that is what you do. You're looking for spin.
I'm not looking for spin. I'm asking you a straight question, Mr. Olumide, and I'm asking you, you should have done the mathematics.
No, no.
This is how many jobs I'll be able to do.
The first thing you do is the enabling environment. You see, we are at the point where we need to create the enabling environment. Don't ask me for spin.
No, we will not allow. I'm not asking.
Don't ask me for spin.
Politicians will not come on this platform and just give us generic answer.
Yes.
We need the people to be able to get the benefit of direct and specific answers. If you say, I will provide 10 jobs, let people know where the 10 jobs are going to go, where they are coming from, and let them have the benefit of assurance or hope of what they are voting for. So if you cannot give us tangibles now, it's so sad.
Well, I hate to disappoint you. You may have to leave the program sad, because what I'm saying to you is that it's not about coming to bandy numbers. To say,
I'm asking for tangibles.
I am not that kind of politician. I'm not coming here to bandy numbers. Oh, I will do 100,000 jobs. What do you want? You want 100,000?
Jobless Edo person.
The jobless Edo person.
Get jobs.
The jobless Edo, they will get jobs because agriculture will be fired up.
You want a job.
So they will get jobs because there will be jobs because the agricultural sector will be fired up. The electricity sector will be running. There will be jobs. Don't come and ask me, to come and give you numbers.
We need to play.
That is the trap.
That
is the trap that you set for politicians.
No, we need to set trap for every politician so that when they get the job, we'll play this back and tell them these are the promises you make.
What we will have are the sectors up and running. Today, they are not. When the sectors are up and running, including health, including our schools that have no teachers, by the time we ensure that the brick and mortar issues are dealt with, proper recruitment processes are put in place, then we will have jobs for the teachers. For you to come and ask me now, I put a number, 200,000 jobs, okay, so make you happy.
But when you are in the private sector, if you tell your client that you will do so and so, you will keep to the KPI.
Yes.
That is how it works.
I will keep to the KPI.
In government and public service,
I will keep to the KPI.
People in this country have not been able to live up to the expectation that they promised to the Nigerian people, and we in the media will hold their feet to the fire to ask them. And that's why I'm doing my job.
But I am telling you that what is important, firstly, is to create the environment where jobs will even happen. I think you're putting the cart before the horse when you now start asking for number of jobs.
I need to ask.
No. I think
for specifics.
You know, we're going to.
But just before we go,
yes.
Mr. Akpata, if you can look into the camera and tell the Edo people why you are the best man for this job, and when they should look at you, an outsider, a lawyer who's got another senior advocate of Nigeria by his side in this ways. Why should they look in the direction of Labour Party? You have 30 seconds to do that.
Well, the reason, my Edo State people, Wahia Wesio, Wakoyo, Wabulu, the reason why they should look at us is that we need a breath of fresh air. You need something different. 25 years, PDP and APC have been running Edo State. 25 years. In the last 8 years, one man has belonged to both parties. It is abject failure. And so we must try something else. And Labour Party presents a totally different approach to the subject. A people-centric, people-focused, people-impacting approach. Every government must ask itself, whatever resources I have available, how would it impact the greatest number of people?
Right.
That is the approach of the Labour Party. And then, lastly, Seun, I have no strings attached to me. I am not answerable to any Godfather. I'm not answerable to any political benefactor. That is one reason they can trust the Labour Party government, because we're answerable only to the people.
All right. Is Mr. Peter Obi going to be campaigning with you?
Oh yeah, first week of September, we're doing the stump. We're going on the hustings.
Well, let me talk about that. I wish you the very best. This is not the usual one, but I wish you the very best. I mean, we need to be able to speak truth to power and be able to hold ourselves to account for the people who are less privileged, who do not have voices for their own. Thank you so much, Indy.
And we all need to stand our ground and believe in what we believe in.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you agree with me.
Oludi, give us that your usual sign off.
Edo people, who's your guy?
Olumide Akpata is the Labour Party governorship candidate in the Edo State governorship election.